Life Live. My name is Donata. I am one of the leaders here, and I can say wholeheartedly, I miss you so very, very much, and I wish that I could elbow you and foot tap you, but we can't because we have to stay socially distanced, and we have to stop the spread of COVID-19, okay? So I love you from afar, and we're going to get tonight kicked off with a very fun game called Who That Leader? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who? So what's happening is some of our leaders have used a Snapchat filter so they can be changed into their baby self, hello, and their very, very, very old self, okay? So what you're gonna be playing for are these cool gift cards from Chick-fil-A, a Chick-fil-A dessert. So I just had this in the car and it was very delicious. So I hope that you win one so that you can have the same experience that I did. And we're gonna throw a leader up on the screen. You've gotta guess who they are. And then as you do it, the first person that gets it right, I'm gonna call, they're gonna tell me, because I got some folks out here that are helping me, they're gonna tell me who you are and you are going to receive this gift card. We're gonna mail it to you. So they'll reach out and we'll get it to you, okay? So are you ready to play? Let's do it. First leader. Who that leader? Who is this leader?
Who that
Who is
leader?
this leader on this screen?
Who that? Who that?
Do I need to give a tip? She serves you coffee every week.
Who is it?
Who is this?
Let's
Who is
see
this
it.
leader?
Who that?
Who that?
Not saying it yet.
Come on, keep going.
It's not Logan, Nate.
Who-
Annabelle!
Yeah.
Annabelle! Good job, Annabelle.
Hey, Annabelle, this is Ashton. This is Ashton. Good job, Annabelle. You'll get your gift card. Who's next? Oh, who is this leader?
Who that leader?
All right. Who
that?
tip?
Who
You
that?
went to Jamaica with me. Annabelle, you can't win again, or maybe you can. I don't know. And you can get an ice cream and a cookie.
Who is that leader?
Who is this leader?
Just switched.
Oh, who is it?
Logan,
Alex.
we got Alex!
We got Alex.
Alex?
Yeah.
Hey, Alex. How are you?
Yeah.
Yes, this is Logan. Yes, that is what Logan looks like.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Logan!
Who's next up? Who's next? Who is this leader? Everyone should
Who
know
that?
who
Who
this
that?
is. She spends all of her time making you delicious meals.
Ooh.
Who is this?
Yeah,
Who is this lovely lady?
them good tacos.
Good tacos, good
Who
potatoes.
is it? Who is it?
Good things with the Doritos that I was unsure of because they had some type of cheese. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Nate!
Who got it?
Nate.
Good
Nate,
job,
Nate, good job. It's Sandra.
Sandra.
Sandra, I always say that.
Dang.
Sandra. Hi, Sandra.
Let them know that we have a lag on our end.
Yes.
We have a little bit of a lag on our end, so.
Yes, we do have a little bit of lag, so just give me a little time. Who is this?
Who that
Lovely
leader?
lady.
Who
Who
that?
is in Jamaica with me as well? Well,
Who
actually,
that?
told me and made me come to Jamaica. Who is this? Who is this leader?
Just switched.
Let's see.
We gotta see. She's always helping.
She's not that tall.
She's
Nate
not that
again.
tall.
Nate again!
Nate again. Good job. Now you get both desserts. It's
Followed by
Chloe.
Cooper,
Ow!
Danielle, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie. All right, next leader. Now, this should be a dead giveaway.
This is an easy
This
one,
is
ladies
an
and
easy
gentlemen.
one. Who is this? Always has a camera attached to her.
Looks the same
Let's
as
see.
both
Yeah.
pictures.
Who is this leader? Look at the
Nate
glasses.
again.
Look at the hat.
Nate.
It's Nate,
Nate
followed by
again.
Danielle.
Followed by Danielle. It's Autumn, guys. This is Autumn.
Annabelle put Austin. Austin's.
No, this ain't
We
Autumn.
don't have a leader named Austin.
Who's
on,
the next
Annabelle.
leader?
Good job, everybody.
Great job.
Who that leader?
Now, I could give you a really big clue, but I'll start with a small one. He's very tall.
Very.
Abel said it's all.
He loves sports.
He looks like he's about to eat a plum
He
in his
looks
old
like
picture. He's
He's
gonna suck on a
Nate
plum or
again.
something.
Can we get some?
Is
We
it
got-
Nate?
we
Did
can't-
he get it?
Yes,
Nate got it.
Nate got it again?
Yeah.
I didn't see that come in.
Right here.
Who else?
Right.
Cooper.
I thought Cooper got it.
Cooper
Yeah,
got it.
Cooper
Cooper
got
got
that
it.
one.
Zach.
Nate came before.
I
It's
don't
Zach
have
from Good Times. He's got a really good time today. Yes.
See, it's here, and then.
Ooh, who is this leader? We hope that this is not where he's going. We're going to pray
Who
to
that
the Lord that this
leader?
is not where he's going. Who
that?
is this
that?
leader? He's here every single week. He's always making sure you get what you need. He always has a good message for you.
His voice cracks every once in a while.
Yes.
Danielle!
Danielle! Robbie!
She got it.
It's Robbie.
Good job.
Next leader. I didn't see the older picture. Who is this leader? Look at
Who
this
that
lovely
leader?
picture. Is this a real life picture?
Yeah.
That's a real, yeah, it's just, he didn't.
Who is this leader?
Who that leader?
Nate
Nate
got
got
it.
it.
Can
Did Nate get it again?
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Nate got it. Nate probably has some
Nate
good internet.
needs to share some.
Nate, you need to share some of your
Desserts.
gift cards to other people. It's Chris, guys. Hey, Chris, I hope you're watching. This is so cute. Who is this lovely lady? She sometimes serves with me.
Who that?
Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who? That's a very old song. Who that? Who is this leader? She's always at the front.
Why are y'all letting Nate win so much?
Nate won again.
No.
Kelly! Leora!
Yes, it's Kelly.
819.
Great job, great
Where's the
job.
Lord? I can't read handles.
Mine's
Good job.
Great job.
this.
Next leader.
Who that leader?
Always fun and lovely.
Who that?
You
Who is
look
this?
so weird, leader. Leader,
This
you
looks
look
like a
weird.
painting.
You're doing amazing.
It looks like a painting, and then this one looks like
Ooh,
something
that-
from a movie from Disney.
Nate got it again.
No, he misspelled it. Nate got it, but it's
Oh.
misspelled. So we'll give it to Cameron.
Cameron.
Sorry, Nate. Love you, but he's one too
Ryan.
many.
It's Ryan, everybody. All right, who's next?
Nate, you did great, man.
Who's next? Who is? I don't think
Who
I went to see
that?
the first time. Who is this leader?
Who that? Hey, hey.
I don't know why an old man would have on a hoodie, but this is something I want to see in real life.
Old people are
Who is
wearing
this?
hoodies.
Who is this? And
Who
it's
it
so
is?
cute. Who is this
Who
leader?
it is? Who it is?
Always throwing a football or playing some type
He
of
looks
basketball.
just like the baby
Cooper.
picture.
Cooper got it.
Cooper,
It's Hayden.
Followed by Ellie.
It's Hayden.
That's
Good
all
job,
right,
Cooper.
good job, Ellie.
It's your gift card. Yes. Great job. Great job. Who is
He's
next?
got it. Annabelle got it.
Oh,
Elizabeth got
Now this should be kind of easy.
This should be a little easy.
This should be kind of easy. He checks you in every single
First
week.
face you see, basically.
It's the first person you see when you come through the door. So you cannot say the guy at check-in.
Man, the myth, the legend.
Who is this?
Oh, Danielle got it.
Danielle got it?
Yeah.
Yay, it's Fred!
Someone push
Good
Fred.
job, guys. We will get in touch with you to get your gift cards to you. Great job. Nate, please share. Thank you. And we are going to get this party started. I'm going to bring Robbie up to share some information with you. Woo!
Thank you, everybody. Real Life Nation, how's it going? Cool. Welcome back. This is our second edition of Real Life Live. Last week was our first time at this. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you for coming back. We're going to continue to try to explore just new ways to connect with you. We want to make sure that you know that we care about you, that we are really thinking about you, praying for you, and in addition to Real Life Live, just be on the lookout for so many of other things that we want to do in order just to relate to you and see you more often. One of those things that you can do is check out our YouTube page. You can search for Real Life HSM or MEC Real Life HSM, but we've been uploading more videos this week, and we're going to be doing even more with YouTube over the course of your quarantine, shelter at home time. Also, what you could do is if you are not already signed up for our text message updates, I would love for you to just text the word Real Life to number 77222. Text the word Real Life to 77222, and we will update you on all the things that are going on over the course of our time when we have to be physically apart but digitally together. So with shelter in place and forced starting tomorrow, what I wanted to do is I wanted you to know that if you might be scared, you might be bored, you might be scared with how bored you think you're gonna be, but what I want to do is I want you to know that back in my day, which is a weird and really old thing to say, right? Back in my day, this would have been much worse. So right now I'm gonna date myself, all right? I was in high school in, can anyone guess? 1998 through 2002. That was my high school years, all right? So check this out. I want you to imagine what your life would be like if you were in high school, or if you were in high school when I was in high school and this pandemic thing happened. Check this out. DVDs had just been invented in 1995. So I was probably still rocking the VHS. You don't know what this is, but this used to play movies. You probably still know DVDs. VHS used to play movies, all right? Netflix was an online video store similar to Blockbuster, which you don't know. Blockbuster, you would go to a place and you would rent a video and take it home and play it in your VHS machine and then go take it back, right? So Netflix hadn't even started streaming until 2007. Also, the most powerful gaming console when I started high school was Nintendo 64. Anybody have that? Nintendo 64?
Yeah.
And then when I was in high school, PlayStation 2 came out, and then actually when I was in high school as well, the first Wii came out, and the original Xbox came out. And my generation didn't have Nintendo Switch. We had this. We had Game Boy Advance. There's no color here. There's no color on this screen. It's a black and white screen. All right, so we had that. Also, Amazon was, before I get to Amazon, the iPhone was still years away from being invented, all right? So you are lucky to have a smartphone. You're lucky to have an iPhone. I didn't get my first cell phone, check this out, till I was in college, and it looked like this. It's Nokia, and this is the size of the screen, about this big, black and white again. So that was the phone I had to deal with. Amazon was not the big retail store. It was a bookstore when I was in high school. You could get books there and nothing else. And 2-day prime shipping, nowhere in sight. Not unimaginable at that time. And also, brace yourself, okay? Check this out. YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, all these different things didn't exist. How did you stay connected? How did you connect with your friends, your family? How did you know what was going on in the world? You didn't, but you survived, and I survived. So Real Life Nation, yes, you're in shelter in place over the next 3 weeks. Just envision what it would be like if you were in high school, when I was in high school, and had to deal with it during that time, all right? Maybe you think it would be better. I maybe think it might be better, but maybe you don't. All right, so I know you miss your friends. I know you miss real life, and know that your leaders here and your leaders who aren't with us right here, we miss you so much, and we cannot wait till we get back together in person to do this. But for now, like Donata said, stay home, stay healthy, stay well, and we are so looking forward to seeing you again in the next, whenever few weeks or months that we have to be meeting apart. So everybody, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Real Life Live, and now give it up for your Good Times leader, Zach. Bring it to the stage.
What is going on, Real Life Nation? We are going to play a really fun game today. Robbie and I have been brainstorming this game. Ryan threw a graphic together, and it is called Confetti Spaghetti. Oh yeah, so how this game is going to work is I'm going to bring two people up, and what they're going to do is they're going to play the Say Anything Challenge. It's all over YouTube. You guys should know how the Say Anything Challenge works. Now, here's where you guys come in. This is where the interactive part comes in. The loser of the Say Anything Challenge will then be taken to these cups right over here, and we are going to ask you guys to say number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and we're going to have the loser take this tarp. We're going to bring it onto the stage so we don't get any spaghetti or anything like that on the person, but we're going to take this tarp over here, and the loser is going to dump the cup on themselves when they lose, and it's either going to be spaghetti on themselves or it is going to be confetti. So hopefully it is confetti. All right, so with the first round, we are going to invite Robbie and Ryan come on up to the stage.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Elbows. Only elbows. All right, so like I said, Say Anything Challenge. If you guys don't know how this game works, you literally say anything. There is no categories, there's no genres, there's nothing. It is just say anything. You cannot repeat words that have already been said, and you cannot take pauses. Got it?
Sounds good.
Got it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Watch.
Real life.
Fire extinguisher.
High school.
Carpet.
Kids.
Horse.
Students.
Dog.
Parker.
Shoes.
Anderson.
Chair.
Family.
Roof.
Love.
Hat.
Hot dogs.
Ear.
Hot dogs.
Shoe.
Yes. Loser.
All right.
I really like
Confetti
hot dogs.
spaghetti eater. All right, how this is gonna work is we're gonna bring this tarp onto the stage. Donata, come on up. This is where you guys come in. So I need you guys to vote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and whatever number has the most votes, that is the cup that we are gonna choose. Go ahead and vote for what cup we are going to dump on
Ryan, go ahead.
Ryan.
All right, let's see those votes. We got 2.
Camera lady, how much come on over?
We got number 2. We got a 2-2 so far.
2 twos. He said 2-2.
2-2.
Scoot out that way a little bit
2.
more.
Oh, we got a bunch of 2s. I
go that
think it's a 2.
That way.
I think it's a 2. Yeah, come to
Can I catch
this way.
the spaghetti?
That way.
Oh.
All right. So we're gonna go with the number 2. He has his mouth open because he wants to eat SpaghettiOs. That is the spaghetti that we have in it. So we're gonna count it down. 3, 2, 1. Pour it. And it's confetti.
And he's still eating it.
I wonder how much is in his mouth right now.
A lot.
Did you swallow any?
Confetti in that
Swallowed
mouth.
any? We're all good? Oh, he swallowed. All right, so we're going to move on to the next round. And next up, we have Brooke and Hayden. Come on up to the stage. Let's have Brooke right here and Hayden right here. Say anything challenge. Are you guys ready?
No.
Get ready to have spaghetti in your face. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Orange.
Patagonia.
Purple.
Dog.
South America.
Cat.
Antarctica.
Yellow.
North.
Mom.
Pole.
Dad.
South.
Aunt.
Orange.
Uncle.
I said orange.
He says orange. Yeah. Loser! All right. Everyone go ahead and vote.
I just started naming.
What we should do, spaghetti, that's what we're going to do. It's either spaghetti or confetti in here. Vote for a number. We got 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hayden is either about to get some spaghetti in his face, or he is about to get a
I think
whole
it's gonna
bunch
be
of
number
confetti.
3.
I've had spaghetti.
Looking like number 3?
We got 3 threes.
We're
already.
going with number
4 threes.
3 on this one. We're going to count it down from 3. Hayden, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, dump it! And it's confetti!
That wasn't hard.
All right. All right,
Oh,
there's
it's all down
still
my
some
shirt.
spaghetti in these cups. We're not tricking you and not putting spaghetti in them. That would just not be fun at all. So, round number 3, come on up. Logan, come on up. Adam, say anything challenge. Y'all boys ready?
Why not?
Behind the white tape, please. All right. Camera, we good? Say anything challenge. 3, 2, 1, go.
Real life.
Loser! All right, here we go. Everyone go ahead and pick a number 1, 4, 5, or 6. We have spaghetti in these cups.
At this point,
The chances of having a spaghetti cup on this one is very likely. Let's see what number we have. People that are tuned into the stream.
Fours.
We got 4s,
We got a couple of threes.
couple 4s. 3s are out.
Threes out.
3s are out.
We got 2 6s. We got
Six.
another 4.
We're going to go with 4.
Sixes.
We're going to go with the number 4, which means we have 1, 5, and 6. So be ready to cast your vote next time. But here we go. Adam, are you ready?
Why not?
He is why not ready. 3, 2, 1, dump it! Confetti! All right. We have 1, 5, and 6. And next up is myself versus Chloe. So Chloe, come on up. All right. Say anything challenge. You want to go first? Or do you want me to go first? All right, go for it.
Red.
Shirt.
Orange.
Blue.
Yellow.
Green.
Purple.
Bow and arrow.
Church.
Loser! All right, everyone go ahead and vote in the comment section. 1, 5, or 6. 1, 5, or 6. Those are the numbers that we have left. We saw lots of 6s last time. So we're going to see what we got this time. She's going to go the route. She's feeling very confident that she is going to get spaghetti on her right now. But we are going to see. What are the numbers?
5, 6.
Keep pouring those numbers in. We have a little bit of a delay, so if we're not talking, it's a little weird. I apologize. Ryan, what is the number?
Let's go with 6.
We're going with the number 6.
Wait, we're switching it to 1.
We're switching it to 1.
One. None of us
Go
are
ahead
one.
and lay down. All right. She is ready to go. Do you think it's confetti or spaghetti? Spaghetti. She thinks it's spaghetti. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh. We missed the face.
Wait a minute.
We missed. Awesome. All right. Well done. We are now going on to our bracket. So, can I have the winners of the first 2 games? So that would have been Hayden, that would have been Brooke, and that would have been Robbie. So come on up. We have number 5. We have number 6. We have Brooke versus Robbie.
I don't want to.
Come in a little bit more. Camera person, are we good over there? What's the shot looking like? We looking good?
You got it.
All right. Here we go. Who do you think is going to win? Who are you rooting for?
Yeah.
Vote at home. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, mom.
Cow.
Ground.
Foot.
Confetti.
Nose.
Spaghetti.
Eyes.
Shirt.
Carpet.
Pants.
Roof.
Shoes.
Poop.
Hair.
Eyes. Roof.
Up.
Hat.
Down.
Poop.
All right. He said poop before. So he is out on this one. He is very confident that he is about to get spaghetti on him right now. So he put the glasses on. He has the tarp on. 5 or 6.
I'm only doing this because I have to teach.
5 or 6. What are you guys thinking?
We have a 6.
We got a 6 from April.
5. That's all. Sandra says definitely 5.
Definitely 5?
Well, there's a bunch of
There's 5s and 6s. I'm hearing
Six.
even.
Six.
We're doing 6?
Six is winning. 6 is winning.
6 is winning, so we're gonna go with the number 6. Robbie, are you ready? Yes! All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! All right. That leaves 1 cup left, and it's Logan versus me. We have a winner, the 2 winners. So we have Brooke moving on to the finals.
Oh no.
And then the winner of this game will go on to the finals. So we still have spaghetti on the table for the finals. But we pretty much know 5 is spaghetti.
Yeah.
So, for the spaghetti, are you ready? I'm so bad. I'm going to get it out. But here we go. Ready? You guys have to be the judges out there because I can't point. even
Just
though I
don't
do
scream
this
loser this
Loser!
time.
All right. 3. You want to go first?
I'll go first.
2, 1, go.
Confetti.
Charlotte.
Spaghetti.
Denver.
Sure.
Davidson.
Dance.
Monkey.
All right.
Loser!
What's it got live?
Get your outfit on, Zach.
Do you want an outfit or are you good?
No, I'm playing the championship.
Take it like a
Lay down.
man.
Give me your hat.
I'm going to
Get that.
spaghetti, I'm sorry.
It's right on that face, right on that face.
Hold on! Hold on! Chat, you guys ready?
Right.
No, wait! Alright, we're good.
Up high, up high,
Wait!
up high, up high.
Alright, count it down!
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, that's disgusting!
Hey, you made this game!
That's awesome, Zach.
I need paper towel.
I was getting this from my own shoe.
Let's go, Zach.
Great.
I know, right?
Cooper asked if it was cold.
It's cold and it's moist.
You said it's cold and moist.
I need more.
Donata.
It was in your hand.
I'm feeling like I'm not getting some help. Thank you.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Oh, it's in my eye! Alright, moving on.
You're getting it on me.
I'll get the. So right now it's the final, right?
It is the final.
All right, Zach. Why don't you go get cleaned up, and I'll do this part. All right. All right. Right now we've got the final number. We've got our final 2 contestants. Who are they? Logan and Brooke.
Yes,
When you guys go, you'll lay down right here, and we're gonna do both at the same time. So Logan, come on. Yes, you're both getting poured on. Here, give me the point.
What's the point of
One of you's getting confetti, one of you
Oh,
Yeah,
I
one
thought
of
you
you
were
will
just
be
gonna pick
confetti.
randoms. And
No. Well, we
my
will. Okay,
do-rag.
so here's what's gonna happen. Logan, come on over here. Watch out for it. Watch your feet on the spaghetti. Come on this way.
I feel like I'm gonna drip it on the carpet.
Let's go.
Come right over here.
No,
Come right over here.
anybody gets that, it's me.
Yeah, you know, wait, come on, right here. Oh yeah, we're not even doing anything. Yeah, you guys just lay down. You lay down right here.
Wait, I need the thing on my.
All right, Logan, go ahead and lay down over here.
Logan, pose for me real quick.
I thought I was like.
All right, guys, here's what we need from you at home. We need you to chime in. Which number? We've got 7 and 8. 7 and 8. We need you to tell us, should Logan get 7 or 8? And should Brooke get 7 or 8? It's your vote. That's what we're going to go with. Check it out. 7 or 8.
I'm not getting this
Who we
stuff
got?
on me.
All right.
Am I covered everywhere?
You can get
You're pretty good. Logan, you want the cover? You want this?
I'm not getting this on me.
There's gonna be some splatter action.
You have to
Both
get
of you
your
are gonna
face
get it.
out of there.
I'm not letting
Alright,
it
who's
happen.
getting 7? Who's getting 8?
Who's getting 7 and 8? Who's getting
When you put in your
Logan's
numbers,
got mostly 8s.
yeah.
Logan's
Logan's got 8.
Spaghetti, I'm really mad.
Oh no.
Hey, you need to move closer that way. Actually, both of you
Push
go
up,
that way.
yeah.
And
Slide towards the camera.
and Chloe, get up over him so you can see.
I'm
top-down
not.
shot.
Donata, if this is spaghetti,
Are we
Logan's
doing
getting 8.
this?
Alright, you're good.
Logan's getting 8.
We're doing 7?
Logan's getting 8.
Logan's
getting 8.
Guys, please don't have it be sketty. Sketty.
Sketty. 3, 2, 1!
I'm not gonna say it. I'm the winner.
Where's the camera?
Hey guys.
Brooke!
Oh god.
She went through the spaghetti confetti gauntlet and she comes out on top. I gotta clean up. But we're gonna go ahead and clean up too. So we're going to get all this stuff out of the way.
No, we'll leave this.
We're going to get all this stuff out of the way. Get it? And we are going to move on to the next part of our service. So Robbie, put your hands together for Robbie. We are going to go to the message.
I need to clean up, guys.
I gotta go.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
everybody. Didn't see that coming, did you? That was awesome. Thank you so much, leaders, for playing Confetti Spaghetti. That was a blast. When you were little and you said something bad, actually, can we turn the Spotify? That's fine. When you were little and you said something bad, maybe it was calling your brother or your sister a bad name. Maybe it was a cuss word that you said. Whatever it was, you said something bad. When you said something when you're younger, there's a common way that many parents tried to punish that kind of bad language. I want to see in your chats. What ways did your parents punish bad language? What was it? What was it? I'm going to see. I got my phone here. I'm on the feed. What were some ways that your parents punished bad language if you had bad language when you were just a little kid, all right? What was it? Because I want to know if it was the same as what I experienced when I was a kid. We got money jar that came in. That's not what I'm talking about. Soap in my mouth. Wash my mouth out with soap was what I was going for, all right? Did any of you experience that? Washing your mouth out with soap? Is it just me? Yes, your parents might wash your mouth out with soap if you said something that was bad, something discouraging, something name-calling, cussing, whatever it was. At least that's how it was when I was a kid. And I remember, I was in preschool, and I was walking back to class and was going up these stairs, and there was this kid behind me. I remember his face. I don't remember exactly what he looked like, but I remember his face. And I remember I turned to this kid, and guys, I called him something bad. I called that kid a butt face. I called that kid a butt face. Have you ever been called a butt face? It's probably the worst thing that you could call somebody, right? It's the worst insult you can give more so when you're 5 years old. That's like the worst insult you can give. I don't remember why I called him that name, but it was probably because he was being a giant butt face, right? That's just the only reason why I would have called him that. But regardless of the reason I called him that name, when I got home, I got the punishment. My mouth was zestfully cleaned by my mom, right? My mouth was just washed out with soap. And I could still taste that zesty, soapy flavor to this day. And I understand why parents do this. And you probably understand why parents do this too. It's a symbol. Washing your mouth out with soap symbolizes to a kid that your mouth is dirty and we need to make it clean. But does washing your mouth out with soap really make your words clean? No, it tastes gross. Yeah, it definitely tastes gross. It may prevent the spread of coronavirus, right? Because you're washing, if you wash your mouth out with soap too, maybe that might help there. But soap doesn't make your words clean, does it? All it does is make you try to be more careful to not get caught saying bad words again, saying discouraging words again, whatever it is. The truth is, no amount of zest can make bad words clean. And even more than that, no amount of Axe and no amount of Old Spice can make your bad actions clean either. No amount of a hand sanitizer can actually clean off your bad desires that are coming, that are in you. Because why is soap and hand sanitizer and shampoo and all these things so unsuccessful when it comes to these things? It's because all those things are inside of us. All those things come from within. Our words, our actions, our desires are first motivated in our heart. At least that's what we read in the passage of the Bible that we're going to be reading tonight. We're in this series called Good News, and in this series we're taking a deeper look into the life and teachings of Jesus and what that means for our lives. And today we're in chapter 7. Today some of the religious leaders are yelling at Jesus because his disciples are not washing their hands before they eat. And I know that today in this world, we wash our hands. I've washed my hands probably 150 times today, right? I know you're probably in the same boat. But these disciples weren't washing their hands before they're eating. And even though this was different back then, this was different. These religious leaders had made up this tradition that if you don't wash your hands before you eat, it defiled you. It made you dirty, and not just on the outside, but it made you dirty on the inside. It made you sinful on the inside as well. And then Jesus hears this, and he drops a bombshell on these people, and here's what he tells them. He says in Mark 7, he says, Jesus called the crowd to come to and hear. All of you listen, he said, and try to understand. It's not what goes into your body that defiles you. You are defiled by what comes from your heart. And he goes on to say, and then he added, it is what comes from inside of you that defiles you. For from within, Out of a person's heart come evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, greed, wickedness, deceit, lustful desires, envy, slander, pride, selfishness. And all these vile things come from within. They are what defile you. They are what make you dirty. Your words and your thoughts and your behaviors, all these things stem and come from your heart. And we're not talking about this physical organ of your body called the heart, right? That's not what we're talking about. In the Bible, the heart was central to who a person was. It's most passages refer to the heart as a reference point to the true character or personality of a person. So in our time together today, what I want to do is I wanted to encourage all of us to check in on our hearts. Check in on where your heart is. I want us to take these words that Jesus has to share with us and consider some truths that he wants us and how he wants to benefit us in our lives through this verse. Here's the first one that Jesus wants us to know. Your words, thoughts, and behavior cannot be blamed on others. They can't be blamed on others. So many of you know, I have a son. His name is Abel. I'm going to show you a picture right here of him right here. That's him. He's got a few face tattoos. I signed off on that. That's okay. But that's my son, Abel. He has an uncle, and when at a young age, my son started calling his uncle Yo-Yo. It's not his real name, but that's just what he called him. It's important for the story, okay? So basically, one day, my wife and my son and the rest of our kids and I were sitting at home for dinner. And we were talking. All of a sudden, out of the blue, my son blurts out, "Dang it!" Only he didn't say dang it. He said Hoover, damn it, but he left out Hoover. You get what I'm saying there? You know what I'm saying there? That's what he said. So my wife and I get wide-eyed, and we immediately look at him, and we say, "What did you just say?" This scared him a little bit, so he refused to say the word again. But then we asked him, "Where did you hear that word?" To which he quickly responded, "Yo-Yo taught it to me." And then we had a good conversation with Yo-Yo, his uncle, about not teaching our kids some horrible words, right? But here's the thing. This example for my son, it shows how I know I act, and maybe you act as well. We are quick to blame other people for our mistakes in our actions, in our words, in our thoughts. It's not my fault I use bad language. That's just how my parents raised me, or that's how my friends talk, or that's just what I'm used to. It's not my fault that I have sex outside of marriage. My boyfriend pressured me to do it. My girlfriend pressured me to do it. It's not my fault I'm greedy. Look at the society that we live in. We have so much pressure to have more and achieve more and get more money and get more stuff. But Jesus tells us in this passage that's not the way we should see it. It's not their fault, somebody else's fault, that you act and think and speak a certain way. It's all coming from within your heart. So let me ask you, do you blame others for your actions, for your language, for the way that you think? Maybe it's time to stop blaming others and look in the mirror and ask, how is my heart really doing right now? And it will benefit us so much to look in the mirror and ask ourselves that question. So among another thing that Jesus taught us through this passage is don't dismiss the words, thoughts, and behavior that come from you as uncharacteristic of you. Let me read that again. Don't dismiss the words and thoughts or behavior that come from you as uncharacteristic of you. All right, in this passage, Jesus is giving us all a big warning that there's times where these little things will surface in our lives, right? Maybe you call somebody a bad name under your breath, and you don't want anybody to hear it, but it's still there. Maybe you're lingering too long on a picture of somebody. It's not pornography, but it's just an inappropriate picture of somebody that you're just looking at too much, and it's causing you to think a certain way. Maybe you're secretly wishing that somebody, a friend or somebody that you know or somebody that you just don't want to succeed, maybe you're wishing secretly that they fail in some way or another. Whatever it is, many of us, including myself, we're quick to think, well, that's not who I really am. That's uncharacteristic of who I am. That's just an anomaly. That's not how I normally act. But Jesus is saying, you know what? It's part of you. It's coming from your heart. All these things start in our heart. So rather than dismiss those things, it's better to assess those actions and thoughts and words that we think might be uncharacteristic and try to own them. Try to see where they are coming from. Ask, is my heart okay? Why did that happen? Is my heart okay? Why is my heart so messed up right now that this came out of me? Because it is part of who I am. Own it and assess it. And the one last thing that I want to encourage you to do from this passage that Jesus wants us to get from reading this passage is that we need to guard our hearts. Guard what goes into your heart, all right? Guard what goes into your heart. If all those things that Jesus mentioned, all the list of things in the passage that I read, how did they get into our heart? How did they get there? How did those things get into our heart? So I've got a house that has a detached garage, and about a year ago or so, I went into the garage and I heard some noises. I looked towards the side and I saw some little like black little things, and it ended up being mice droppings. If you've ever had mice in your house or your garage or anything, you know what that looks like. And here's the thing. These mice got into the garage and they made a mess. There was a bunch of them there. I probably killed like 8 or so mice in our garage because they had infested our garage. And the thing was, it wasn't that they got in there because I had left the doors open. We close the doors and open the doors whenever we go in and out, and that's one way. But they got in through just a little crack in the certain part of where the garage is. And they squeezed into that, and then they infested and infected my garage. Our bad and sinful actions and language and thoughts, they all come from somewhere. They all come from little things that we let seep in to our heart, and then it infects us from the inside out. It gets into our hearts because we allow it to get there. And in the book of Proverbs in the Bible, in the Old Testament in the Bible, it tells us this. It says, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Jesus is saying in this passage that we need to guard our hearts. We need to make sure that when we see these things that are not characteristic of who God is come out in our lives, that it's inside of us, and we need to get rid of that. But we also need to guard against those things getting in the first place. See, we're not really trained to guard our hearts. We're trained to, monitor our behavior. We're trained to maybe control what comes out of our mouths. We're trained to simply stop thinking bad thoughts. But Jesus' words and these words from Proverbs say, guard what comes in to your heart. Be careful what you watch and what you click on and what you look at. Be careful what you listen to. Be careful about what you read. Be careful about who you hang out with. Be careful about how you spend your time. Keep guarding against the little things, any little thing that could seep in that are uncharacteristic of who God is, because it will make you uncharacteristic of who God is in your life as well. So keep guard over these things. In Real Life Nation, what I want to do is I want to tell you that right now, in these next 3 weeks where we're on shelter at home, where we're in quarantine, this is the perfect time for you to search your heart. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? How's your character? How's your personality? You've got the time right now. Everything's closed. Your friends are stuck at home. There's not that much to do. Spend this time over the next few weeks searching your heart and really doing some searching about how it is, how you are, and if it is a place where you've guarded your heart. And what I want to do is I just want to start you with some questions, all right? Listen to these questions. Here they go. You could ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself, is everything okay in my heart? Do I get angry more often than I like? Do I catch myself saying things that I oftentimes have to apologize for? Do I say things privately or among certain groups of people that I would be ashamed if other groups of people found out about what I said? Do I have a secret life that my family or some of my friends don't know about? Have I lied about something, or am I currently living a lie in my life right now? Real Life Nation, how's your heart? How's your heart? Spend this time over the next few weeks asking yourself that question. It's going to be my prayer for you that God helps you use this time right now to really work on your heart. And what I want to do is I want to start off your time doing that by praying for you as well as we end our time together. So let's pray. God, I want to thank you for this passage. God, I want to thank you for giving us insight on what it looks like to really explore how to be the best possible version of ourselves we could possibly be. God, you give us the answer, and it's that we shouldn't dismiss bad or sinful thoughts or words or behavior. We should assess what's going on in our heart and see where that's coming from. I pray that all of our students, wherever they're logging in from, can hear that, can ask themselves, how is my heart today? And begin to let you work on their hearts to change it and to guard it, so that from here on out, they can live more characteristic of who you are rather than uncharacteristic of who you want us to be and how you want us to live. And all God's people said, or all God's people put in the chat room, amen. All right.